What a lie. What a lie. I realized I was writing with my eyes closed and my ears open. Hearing your prophecy, but never your vision, caused me to question its reality. You see, how else can the truth be the truth if no one can see it? I lack faith. So I went to church to retrieve it. But they seemed deaf to the voices of ancestry and the possibility that this is heaven and hell. So I turned to you, my pen. Maybe if I scribe it over and over again, it would be reality. I'll believe the things that I say. I'll believe the things that I see. I'll believe the things that have happened. The things that will happen are happening today. You see, who are the people of Israel? Who are they and who are they to come? You see, these are questions I painted in poems. Questions I shouted in public, hoping for you to answer back, but nobody did. Nobody answered me. So I was left to write about these real things. Hid these real things in my art form and called it my poetry. Not realizing that it's prophecy few were called to fulfill. To be the voices of strange things and possibilities. To remind you that every whisper you make caused the wind and sea to answer back in gush and waves. Remind you that every output is someone's input, so why not fill it with love and possibility? You see, that is my duty. To say these things in rhyme, so you listen to me. Say these things in soft tone, so you're attracted to me. And maybe then, you will see the real in this reality.
I looked up unto the hills from whence cometh my health. My health cometh from the Lord. Yeah. It is said that 7 riverheads meet right here. Where else could I be drinking from but that fountain? Wrote up the ancestors then, you know?
Know thyself and love thyself. That was the message that I received through my journey and through my awareness and my discovery of who I am as an African, who I am as a Rasta, and a daughter of creation, you know. So I want the listener to come away with that. Know thyself and love thyself, because we are all one people. Dance the belly, me say dance the belly, oh. Dance the belly, me say dance the belly, oh. Congo belly, me say Congo belly, oh. Dance the belly, me say dance the belly, oh. I remember. I am Mother Earth. Dictated by the father, you see, this young master picked his afro puff, and poof, like magic, I appeared. With my ancient lessons, I cry pools of poems to reflect your greatness in this story. With my eyes, I mesmerize you to transmit your history. You see, there is no mystery in the makeup. I cover up their scars daily to let your beauty shine, so you can know life, and I may one day bow before my children with pride. Say Congo belly, me say Congo belly, oh. Dance the belly, me say dance the belly, oh. Congo belly, me say Congo belly, oh. The project I'm working on, it's a collection of poems from my book Alpha of Omega that it really just depicts my journey towards self-discovery, as I call it, and towards finding myself as African. Like Time was saying, the music really brought us together, and I felt his vibration from the moment I heard the drum beat. He asked me what I wanted, and I said I wanted a heartbeat. He said I'll get that naturally.
Yeah. Sing hallelujah, there is no night. My introduction to Sister Q. We were doing a session, and there's a brother by the name of Isaac, and he was the one who really introduced Iman to her. And from me see her, me see my sister,
Yes,
and everything clicked.
Concrete jungle, where is hottest? I want to show my expression of Rastafari through music and through my poetry and through my art. And so I've been working with ones who follow the same movement. And we're conscious within ourselves. We know who we are. That's what this album is about. That's what this project and this liberty is about. And yeah. In a concrete jungle where you have to do your best. Abundant concrete jungle where it's hottest. No more concrete jungle where you have to do your best. I am Mother Earth, dictated by the father. You see, this young master picked his afro puff. Poof, like magic I appeared. With my ancient lessons, I cry pools of poems to reflect your greatness in this story. With my eyes, I mesmerize you to transmit your history. You see, there's no mystery in the makeup.
When you're connected spiritually, that's the best connection. There's no other connection, you know, because some people get connected for all different reasons and all different whys. But the real spiritual connection comes from within.
My head is held high in privilege, that the Most High saw me worthy of tests, trials, and tribulations. Their bullets backfired when I rejected hopelessness. Because it separated the mirror between myself and I. You see, many are called, but 300 chosen. For we bow only to him, no deity, no possession, and no plenty. And I take what I need, so each eye can be satisfied. I never full, so I never hungry. I fill myself with strength. I fill myself with pride. I lace up my lyrics and uniform my difference so I can join just soldiers. I battle their plenty and their little bit. I battle their better and their worse. I battle their nappy and their straight hair diss. All I look back where I come from. At one point, this was one land with one man and I woman. And when prophecy fulfilled, and I multiplied to make I and I, but then you try to rip us apart. You try to rip me apart from my mother. You say you pushed us into the sea and created differences. Differences grew to strife. Differences grew to conquering. Differences grew to corruption. While those left at home were thriving, sisters looked on in envy and greed. Brothers returned home unfamiliar, so they pillaged their mother's house and they enslaved her children. Well, let me tell you this. You see, my mommy voiced like a drum. My mommy voiced like a drum, echoing in my head since I was young. So I listen. I listen to my mother. And when I listen, she tell me, listen to your father. Listen to your father. Listen to your father. His Imperial Majesty, power of the Holy Trinity, spoke to me. He told me to use these words and lasso these continents back together. Back to one. So the suffering shall end and the kingdom shall reign eternal. In one house, in one love, in one land. Fajar, Sila.
It's for the mosquito them, Bobo. That's them who give you the diseases. This is your mess, mosquitoes, Babylon mosquitoes. What them send for eat with?
Yeah!
Rastafari. I hope me know some bully beat for that or something. Rastafari.